Hey everyone, I'm back with my first update video in yonks. I'm sorry it's been a while, but I just haven't had a lot of updates. Financially speaking, things haven't changed for me, so I haven't got any new arrivals or anything like that, but I have been doing some stuff. Picked up a few props, made a couple of changes, and I've been trying to learn to sew, I guess. Or hand sew at the very least, because I can sew a little bit, I just suck. But I guess I'll start with what Sophia is now wearing. She used to be wearing like a no-sew purple dress. It was alright. It kept her from being naked at least. But now I have a top and a skirt on her. So yeah, you can see that the seam around the neck is really messy. And I also managed to forget to sew the back seam of her top. That was clever of me. But yeah, so that's the top that I sewed. It's only the second thing I ever really sewed by hand. So I guess it's not too bad for that, I guess. It's a start point though, if everyone starts somewhere. That's what I have to keep telling myself. And then I made this skirt as well. And the top is really bulky because I was trying to hide the seams because they would have looked like this. Because any visible seams just end up looking terrible. Plus, because the material is kind of like lycra-y, it stretched as I was sewing it, and so it's baggy, even though like I measured her and it's made to her measurements. It stretched and it's bulky and it's caused it to go all funny. I was quite surprised though that I managed to do this bit by hand because I've never done it before. I've done it on a sewing machine back when I used to take sewing in school, but yeah, not since then. Now, my boy, he is also wearing a top now. He has a top now. He's not the topless wonder. Pants are the next stage for him. Let's just bring him down a bit. Yeah, because his pants definitely need redone. Because they were done on a sewing machine that was in the process of pooping its pants, basically. So yeah, the neckline on this is just totally unsewed altogether, which I think kind of works for this, just because it's meant to be kind of scruffy, but it still just looks like a hot mess. Yeah, and of course there's bits like this where the sewing is weird, where I've made the seams go all odd. But this was my literal first attempt at sewing by hand. So considering that, I don't think it's too bad. Now, with this boy, I have some news. And I've discovered that he's not Kato. He's too big for a start. Kato needs to be like 60, 65 SD sized. Because otherwise he just looks ungainly, I suppose, beside Sophia. And it was just driving me mad. Because, as well as that, something about, like, the Bernard sculpt just... I think it looks too youthful for Kato. I think that's what it was. And the cat's doing weird stuff. So yeah, not Kato. His name is either Bo or Bryn. I haven't decided for sure yet. And part of the reason I don't know for sure is because I'm not totally sure if he is like Welsh or French, because I know his story that he is in is set in Wales, and it's kind of like a typical sort of college and thereafter slice of life type story. And I know all about his best friend, but him, I'm still working out details like that. Like, I know what his personality is like. I know he is very sweet and kind and quite the gentleman, really. But I'm not sure about his name or where he's from yet. But once I figure that out, I will tell you more about him and his story, and I will tell you a bit more about his best friend, Ava. And I will try and as well figure out what doll I want her to be. Although right now there's not really any point figuring it out because the fact of the matter is it's going to be several months before I can do anything about it. So that's the updates as far as the actual dolls go. But I also have another doll related update, but it's not BJD related. I actually picked myself up a cheap secondhand Monster High doll. She's a Laguna. I mean, look how cute she is. I love those little freckles. I'm gonna have to have freckles on her when I repaint her, because I do plan to repaint her and definitely reroot her, because she belonged to a little kid before me. And so her hair is kind of sticky, like as if the kid spilled, I don't know, juice in her hair. I don't know, maybe that's just, it is what it is. And it's been cut, because the Laguna that she is normally has long hair. And she's also missing like her little leg fin, but that's okay. I don't mind. I only paid like $5 New Zealand for her. But yeah, I think she's absolutely adorable, and it's kind of made me want to get some Monster High dolls, not for customizing, like just for collecting, I suppose. Because I do want to customize them, and I want to kind of use them to kind of learn the principles of face-ups. Yeah, so there's that. And lastly, I have some updates as far as props and a couple of a small purchase as well that I made from Alice Collection. So I'll start with that, and that is that I picked myself up some new elastics and O-rings and C-rings for inside their heads to hold everything together. Because I don't like S-hooks. Like, they always injure me. Like, I always end up with, like, cuts on my hands from them. I think that's just because I'm clumsy. And Sophia at the moment has, like, the loop thing from a keyring holding her head on. Since it's a mini-fee body and I didn't have an S-hook. And it's starting to go slightly rusty, and that is far less than ideal. So I spent like $20, $25, and just picked myself up some string, some O-rings, and shipped it. It's coming by email, so it will be a wee while, but that's okay. Because I won't be restringing her or Kato until till I get back to home, because they need disassembled anyways to come with me on the carry-on luggage, because there's no way I'm letting people throw my dolls around. I will go mad if they break. So on with the props. I have these, which I think are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, they're just plastic, and they used to be salt pepper shaker. But I think they're lovely, and I like how like intricate the detailing on it is. It's really nice. I'm planning on using them kind of as part of the setting when I eventually can take photos. I have a camera at the moment, I just don't have dolls that those are relevant to. Yes, it's weird probably that I pick up props for dolls I don't even have yet, but it is what it is. And I also have this, which I think is made of like copper. And it's the same sort of backdrop setting type place as the other two sort of vase things that I showed you. And then I also have, and this is one of my favourite things, this like pancart thing. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but someone's like blowing some kind of horn outside. That is crazy. Um, we have like fireworks at all times, and then random horns and cars making odd noises. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I've got this tankard, and it's made of like really quite solid metal. It's like you could not break this. You probably could if you tried, but I couldn't because I am weak. And yeah, so I thought that was really cool. It only cost me like $1, and it's really good. And it's quite good for like SD plus scale, so SD and up. It doesn't really work for MSD because I did sit it next to Sophia just out of curiosity, but I mean, I wouldn't be using it with an MSD anyways because my MSDs tend to be younger, younger characters that wouldn't be drinking yet. I also have in my sort of stocking of props some miniature bottles of Jägermeister that will go with that tankard, and I do want to pick up some like miniature looking beer bottles like doll scale because I thought that would be cool. And lastly, I have like this little briefcase that I picked up, and it works for like MSD, would probably work for SD, but not any bigger or any smaller than MSD. So yeah, I have that, and the little handle actually works, and it does actually open. Like the little clippy things flick up when you pull these things. I think that's so cool. I literally paid $1 for this as well. Just like second-hand store finds. And so it's got like these little corner holdery pieces, which probably held a mirror at some stage. I'm not sure though. And then this top bit. Yeah. And I kind of want to put inside it one of those doll scale laptop props because that would look cool. Yeah, so I think that's all the updates that I have at this stage, and I'm sorry for rambling on for like 13 odd minutes. And if you made it through this far, thank you very much for watching. If you want to watch for updates anywhere else, I do have a Tumblr, which I think is linked up there or there, up by the top sort of bannery bit of my channel. I'm not sure which direction it's in. But I do update there slightly more often, but not all that more often because, as I said, at the moment there's not a lot going on. Other than me trying to learn how to sew, which is amusing, probably, to say the least, because I always end up stabbing myself. So, again, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're all having a lovely day or night, whatever the case may be. Ta-ra!